Voiceover off. Yes, friends, this is the Chromatic harmonica. Let's give you a close-up of this. And in particular, I want to point out this little button here on the side, because this is what makes it different to a regular harmonica. If I just put it flat in my hand like this, you can see it's very slightly fatter than your average harmonica. And very slightly bigger. You probably associate harmonicas or mouth organs as being on the chunky side. You probably got one for Christmas one year. You probably played Three Blind Mice on it or Twinkle Twinkle, and then you never played it again and it got forgotten about. And the one you probably got was a Hohner Marine Band harmonica. They are quite common. Or a Suzuki, or even worse, some atrocity from one of the holiday destinations, which would be a very cheap, nasty tremolo harmonica. Or you might have got really lucky and got one of the little blues harps that you've seen me playing on here before. But this is a chromatic harmonica. And I love harmonicas because they are probably one of the cheapest instruments you can get. You can get these, complete with a nice case. Here it is, look. Open it up. You can see a little cleaning cloth as well, and it houses the harmonica beautifully. This outfit can be purchased on Amazon for about £18, and as you can hear from the sound of this instrument, that is very reasonable. This is a 10-hole chromatic harmonica, and you can play any tune in any key, because we've got a full C scale here. Yeah, and then we go up into another scale. I've heard these called all sorts of insulting things, although I don't mind tin sandwich. I think that's quite cute, but I've heard them called gob irons, which I think is one of the most disgusting insults I've ever heard, directed at a musical instrument. And make no mistake, this is not a toy. This is a musical instrument, and there are people much more qualified to play one of these than me. The great Larry Adler was the best chromatic player, one of the best I've ever heard, and it was well known on the BBC in the 50s and 60s. There were a lot of great harmonica players on the Goon Show, and throughout the variety era, I think Frankie Howard had a harmonica player on or two. And these can be used in any kind of music. You just heard me playing a Western swing tune, the San Antonio Rose. You can use these in jazz, you can use these in folk, you can use these in blues. You can do pretty much anything on one of these that you can do on a blues harp. You don't need a lot of air, not like with a saxophone, and they are pretty easy to learn because the whole process, if in the unlikely event you've never played a harmonica in your life, even as a toy, Desmond loves it. You can hear tweeting away in the corner. It's basically a duo sonoric instrument. I think that's the word for it. So you've basically got two reed plates here. Half this instrument is reeds. This whole top is reeds. And this button here shortens the reed when you hold it down with your thumb or whatever finger you want. So yeah, two sets of reeds. You activate one set by blowing into them, and the other set by inhaling into them, or sucking on them if you prefer. Although we harmonica players don't call it sucking, because that sounds kind of rude. We call it drawing, because you're drawing air into the reed. And you can do all sorts of neat tricks with it. There's different ways to breathe, or you can create this lovely by flapping your hand in front of it and basically throwing the air back at the instrument. So yeah, chromatic harmonicas, if you're looking to join a friend's band or you just want to say, I can play an instrument, I recommend this as the perfect instrument for anybody. Or if you don't want to spend £18, you can spend even less and get a little blues harp or a marine band harmonica. Now the difference with the marine band, you don't get the little button on the side. That's what we call a diatonic harmonica. And all that basically means is you can just play this. Like that. Whereas with the chromatic, you get your flats and sharps. So that makes it a chromatic instrument. That's all the word chromatic means, is that you get the full complement of a scale. Usually the blues harps and the diatonics, they're just suitable for one key. Most blues players carry a C, G, and D around with them. The advantage of the smaller harmonicas is, of course, you can get a rack and you can put it around your neck and play another instrument alongside. So you can play like Billy Joel does on Piano Man. He has the harp round his neck, the little blues harp round his neck, and he plays while he's playing the piano. Obviously, with one of these, you can't do that because they're a bit big. You can get more than 10 holes. These go up to 16 holes, I believe. But the more holes, the more money. And these can be ridiculously priced. I've actually seen a £700 harmonica, which has probably got more bells and whistles than you actually need. There's also the tremolo harmonicas, as I said before, so in them you've got 4 sets of reeds. You've got double harmonicas, so basically 2 harmonica plates to blow into. God knows how that works. I think they're called cross harps. But I like these. I like these chromatics. And I played you a country tune, played you a swing tune. I'm going to finish off with a folk tune here called... it's a Scottish tune which a friend of mine taught me on the accordion, and I'm going to switch it over to the harmonica here because it sounds pretty good on that as well. So we'll finish off with a little blast of Westering Home. That's the Chromatic harmonica, and that has been this week's YouTube video. If you are a new viewer to the channel, can I ask you one quick favour? Can you just go down the page a little tiny bit, hit that subscribe button? It means a lot, and it helps me out, helps the channel to grow, and tell your friends. And above all, thanks for taking the time to listen. I really appreciate it. And to watch as well, of course. So, till next time, see yous.
Stop recording video.